Welcome, you are here because you've realized that working harder isn't solving the invisible weight holding you back. This isn't a traditional motivation course or a guide on how to build more confidence. This is an ontological intervention. We are here to bridge the gap between the expansion you desire and the self silencing that keeps you small. Today, we stop negotiating your right to exist and start embodying your inherent value. You don't need to earn this space, you already own it. Let's begin. We need to have a serious conversation about the exhaustive tug of war happening inside you. You have big dreams, right? You tell yourself you're expansion minded. You visualize the success, the impact, the deep love, the leadership role. You have the vision board, but the moment you are required to take up space to achieve it, you freeze. This is the central conflict of your life. And here is the difficult truth: you cannot be expansion minded and self silencing at the same time. One will always win, and right now your silence is winning. Imagine trying to drive a car while flopping your left foot on the gas and your right foot slamming on the brake. You're revving the engine, you're making noise. You are doing the work. You're sending the emails, you're at the meetings, but you aren't actually moving. This is what you are doing to your life when you want expansion, but practice self-silencing. Your mind wants to accelerate, but your nervous system is programmed to contract. You aren't lazy, you are psychologically breaking. You are exhausted because you are fighting yourself. Let's get very clear on what expansion is. Expansion is not just getting more. Expansion is a somatic embodied state. It is an outward movement. It requires taking up physical and emotional space. It demands visibility. It demands saying, here is who I am and what I desire. Self-silencing, however, is an inward collapse. It is a protective tightening of your core. You cannot physically or emotionally move in two opposite directions. To expand is to step into the open. To silence yourself is to seek cover. Why does the silence win? Because your nervous system prefers safety over growth. Every time when you're expansion minded, your logic is in control. But the moment you're about to speak up, your ancient protective brain says, warning, visibility equals rejection. Your shoulders round, your breath becomes shallow, you soften your delivery. You self-edit. You choose the safety of the silence over the risk of the expansion. The brain prioritizes survival over destiny. This is why mindset is not enough. If you are tired of burning out your engine, this is exactly why I created Unapologetic, the Self-Worth Reset. We don't just teach you to be expansion-minded, we recalibrate your nervous system so that visibility feels safe. We dismantle the default setting that equates being seen with being in danger. Stop fighting your own system and learn how to align it. You can join the reset in the description down below. No, let's look at what this friction is actually costing you. The cost of this friction is high. When you try to be both expansion-minded and self-silencing, you create cognitive dissonance. Your mind is saying, I am a leader, but your body is communicating, I am not worthy of being heard. When your beliefs and your actions are in conflict, you create profound self-doubt. You begin to question your own leadership, your own desires, even your own sanity. You wonder why other people find it so easy to rise. It is not easier for them, they just aren't breaking. Over time, the friction changes you. To survive the constant frustration of wanting more but holding yourself back, you begin to decouple from your desire. It hurts too much to want the expansion and never take it. So you tell yourself you don't care. You convince yourself you are content with good enough. You aren't content. You are protected. You have anesthetized your ambition to stop feeling the pain of the conflict. This is how self-silencing leads straight to burnout and stagnation. This conflict exists because we have a performance-based definition of worth. You think that to be expansion-minded you have to be perfect. You must have the flawless argument, the guaranteed outcome, the total consensus. You tie your value to your performance. And since perfection is impossible, you silence yourself to avoid failure. You are using mindset as a weapon to judge your own lack of bravery. The true reset isn't about getting better at performing, it is about realizing that performance is irrelevant to value. Here is the ontological truth we are building towards. Your worth is not earned, it is inherent. Expansion isn't about becoming more valuable, it is about allowing your existing value to take up space. Think of it, you don't ask gravity to prove its worth. You don't ask oxygen for a resume. Why are you asking yourself to earn the right to have needs, voices, and dreams? You exist, therefore, you are valuable. If you truly understood this, self-silencing would be functionally impossible. If you are ready to stop performing your worth and start embodying it unapologetic, the self-worth reset is waiting. This is a deep dive into decoupling your ontological value from your productivity, your appearance, and people's opinions. We build an identity that is unsinkable because it's based on the immutable fact of your existence. Break the performance-based self-esteem trap. Join the program in the link below. No, let's shift from the theory to the embodied reality. I want you to feel this right now. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep belly breath that you don't apologize for. Feel your chest open. This is what expansion feels like in the body. It's not loud, it's regulated, it's present, it's open. Compare that to the contraction of self-silencing. Your stomach clenches, your jaw tightens. Self-worth is not a concept, it is a physical reality. We cannot build an expanded life on a contracted physical foundation. The major reason you choose silence is that your system cannot tolerate disapproval. When you are expansion-minded, you assume everyone will cheer, but expansion often brings friction. You must have the nervous system capacity to survive a no, to hold space during a disagreement, to endure the disappointment of someone who wants you to stay small. High self-worth isn't the absence of fear, it is the capacity to be seen, to be disagreed with, and to remain physiologically regulated. When you stop silencing yourself, you don't necessarily become loud or arrogant. You become alive. Aliveness is not a quiet, neat affair. It's expressive, it's messy, it's passionate. It's the data of your desire flowing without interruption. Right now, you are managing your aliveness to make it neat, but you can't be expansion minded while editing the soul out of your life. The real question isn't whether you can get more, it's whether you can survive feeling this alive. This nervous system recalibration is not something you do on a worksheet by yourself. In Unapologetic, the self-worth reset, we do the embodied work. We use specific tools to expand your somatic container, allowing you to tolerate visibility and disapproval without identity collapse. This is how you shift from knowing you want more to feeling safe enough to go get it. Get the integration tools you need in the description below. Let's finish with the ultimate shift. I need you to hear this loud and clear. You do not lack ambition. The fact that you have those big expansion-minded dreams is proof of that. You aren't lazy and you aren't unmotivated. The only thing you lack is a system that allows that ambition to flow without your own hand slamming on the brake. You are a powerful engine with a broken accelerator. It is time to stop shaming yourself for the brake and start learning how to lift your foot. The most immediate sign of inherent self-worth is the clean boundary. When your worth is contingent, you silence your needs to maintain connection. But when your worth is ontological, boundaries are just data. A boundary is not an attack on someone, it's an invitation into the reality of your expansion. I can't do that, or this is what I need, is not selfish. It is the necessary clarification that allows you to take up your design allocated space. Integration is the final step. It's where your head expansion minded and your body regulated present expressive finally sync up. It's the moment you realize that finding your voice was never about your larynx, it was about lowering the perceived threat of existing. Your work, your love, your leadership, it all becomes integrated. It stops being a performance you have to maintain and starts being an expression of who you are. From prove to be. Uh, Remember this, above all else, if you have a desire, that desire is data. It is evidence of capacity. You were not created intentionally only to live an accidentally small life. Your urge to rise, to create, to connect, and to lead, those are not defects in your humility. Those are directions for your assignment. Self-silencing is a betrayal of your design. Stop editing the creation and start honoring the creator by being exactly as expansive as you were intended to be. It is time to make a choice. You can keep playing small to stay safe, or you can do the work to make expansion feel safe. If you are ready for the latter, join Unapologetic, the self-worth reset. We are moving from cognitive knowledge to nervous system integration. Stop negotiating your existence and start embodying it. Your worth is not waiting to be earned, it's waiting to be claimed. Start today in the link down below. Stop silencing, start expanding.